There are a lot of sci-fi horror TTRPGs out there, but none quite like this one. I'm going to talk about one of my all-time favorite TTRPGs that I think everyone should play, especially if you want to have a horror game set in space. I am of course talking about Mothership. Created by Sean McCoy, Mothership is a game that is influenced heavily by Alien, Event Horizon, and Dead Space. Yet it still manages to feel uniquely on its own. Hey everybody, welcome to Dice Sample, and today we're diving deep into what makes Mothership so great and why you need to play it. I ran a Mothership one-shot, which by the way, if you want to watch that, it's a lot of fun. It's on my second channel, Dicecast. The video will be right here or in the link below. Watch that. To prepare for leading that one shot, I read the book, but I also did a free course that taught you how to run the game, how to play the game, and how all the mechanics work. I was pleasantly surprised with how simple and effective these mechanics were. At its core, Mothership runs on a streamlined D100 system, something you may recognize in a game like Call of Cthulhu. Every character has 4 stats: strength, speed, intellect, and combat. When you want to do something risky, you roll a D100 and try to roll under that relevant stat. Skills, equipment, and training all modify your chances, but the core idea remains beautifully simple. Roll under that number and succeed. You don't roll a lot. In fact, the game and rules make a point to tell you that, hey, you're a competent scientist or professional. You don't need to roll to do simple things. It's assumed that you can succeed. But that doesn't mean rolling is easy. It has consequences that are unique to me when I was playing this game that ended up benefiting the game so much, and I'm going to talk about them later. Character creation is fast, like really fast, and there's a reason for that. You start off by choosing a class: Marine, Scientist, Teamster, or Android. You choose your skills, roll your stats, grab some gear, and you can choose some other things like some quirky patches or interesting lore about your character off these prompts that make it super simple and innovative, which I love. And the reason it's so innovative, the reason it's so easy to make a character, because we're going to be doing it a lot. Mothership is a game that does not want you to live long. But the thing is, as a player, you don't really mind because the character creation process is so fast and honestly fun to do. I was the GM during our one shot, but I made a character just to see the process, also to flesh out an NPC that we were using, and I was actually enjoying myself making it. It took, I'm not even joking, 5 minutes to do. It's a system built on high tension and low prep time, which is perfect for one shots or short campaigns where danger is certain and survival is improbable. But now I want to talk about what made me truly fall in love with this game. The stress and panic system will be at the forefront of all the players' minds just because it's so involved with the system. And every time you fail a roll, you heard me, you gain a stress. That sounds brutal, because it is, and I love it. It's an awesome way to feel that overwhelming tension start to build slowly and slowly throughout the course of the game. In that one shot that I played, we only played for like 2 hours, but the tension built so naturally within, as if we were in a real horror story. It builds and builds and builds until you hit a breaking point. Whenever something truly horrifying happens, like an ally dies, the reactor going to critical, or a monster bursting through an airlock, you make a panic check. When you roll a panic check, you roll a D20, and if it is equal to or lower the amount of stress you have, you fail the check, and now you have to roll on the panic table. You roll 2d10, add your current stress, and compare that total to a table for potential breakdowns. Because of this, the stress mechanic drives the story forward, making it more and more possible for you to have a worse or worse result as these horrible things keep happening, as the mission is just getting worse and worse and worse, and you're failing these rolls, and then, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna roll for panic, and I get a worse result. It just builds so beautifully. Depending on what your class is, panic also has an additional effect to the rest of the group. Having one member of the crew panic and then it spiraling the rest of the crew to also joining the panic feels like something out of a horror movie, especially one that deals with the sci-fi elements that this game has. Its simple mechanics make it so it's easy for newcomers to jump on board, but its replayability make it something that I think veterans will want to have in their back pocket when they want to fit that exact vibe. That the game doesn't need complex mechanics or pages of lore to generate tension Mothership brings to the table. It gives players the tools and then lets them experience this horrifying world with them. If you're playing Mothership, and I suggest you do, it's best that you go into it with an open mind, wanting to survive and have your character make it through desperately, but also maybe leaning a little bit towards maybe I do want to do that dumb decision and check out what's behind that door making that scratching sound. Be a good sport because death is part of the story. I'm definitely going to be applying some of these mechanics into the future games that I develop, or maybe some homebrew mechanics I add to a different game because it was so effective. I want to talk about this because Mothership isn't as streamlined as some of the big titles we have going on right now, but I think it deserves some recognition for perfecting the art and the craft of in that little niche where it sits in. And that's such a cool thing. I had a lot of fun playing it. Again, if you want to watch that, check out the link in my description. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.